Good morning. I tell you, it's a long time since I was stressed. Now, it is a long time since I was stressed, but I'll tell you now, yesterday the universe put me under some pressure. A lot of pressure. When I went back over here, after doing my walk up and down the town a few times, and uploading the video, I went in and one of the boys was busting a guest's food out of it. Now, he wasn't just taking one or two things, he was busting it out of it. And I just said to myself, Jesus. And I just said, like, it's not for me. It's not for me to tell him to stop or not to do it or try to dominate him in any regard. It's not for me to try and control him. And that's not absolutely what I want to avoid here, because, like, I often say that Peters is an advocate of the dominance hierarchy, and the dominance hierarchy is the last thing I want. Transcendence hierarchy, competence hierarchy, yes, but dominance hierarchy, no fucking way. And that means, like, not imposing yourself or not imposing your will on anybody or trying to control anybody. The only person I want to control is myself. And that's the only person I can control is myself. And trying to control other people only makes them fucking miserable. And it would make me fucking miserable. If someone was trying to control me, that would make me fucking, well, it would have the very same reaction as I expect it would with him. I'd be fucking enraged. I'd be enraged. So I've no wish to enrage the chap, I've no wish to bother the chap, and I just said to myself, that's the universe in motion. That's the universe in motion, and I'll just let the universe do what the universe does. And it's up to the guest, it's up to his response. The response is his. It's not for me to get my knickers in a twist over it. And then I just said to myself, sure, I'll just sit back and enjoy the show, which I did. But in fairness to your man, to the guest, he accepted it with equanimity. And I just said to him, like, mate, this is Alice in Wonderland. We're all mad here. And that is the truth. Anyone that comes to this hostel know that. We're all mad here. But he did accept it with equanimity. And I'll tell you now, that any loss that he suffered will be replaced and more. And I know that for a fact. For a fact. If you accept it with equanimity, it'll be replaced and more. Because, giver and taker. Giver and taker. If something is taken on you, just consider giving back. It's that simple. Just consider giving back. Of course, control what's yours to control. But for example, one of the lads asked me last night, we were having a drink, and one of the lads says to me, is this your cheese? Is this your cheese? And I said, nothing is mine. Nothing. Nothing is mine. You can take whatever the fuck you want. Nothing is mine. Nothing. And it's that simple. It doesn't belong to me. It's it doesn't belong to me. I own nothing. But then I went out walking, yeah. And the universe started giving me feelings of fear, feelings of fear. And I said, what's with the feelings of fear? And I suppose to go with this whole love thing, this is a sort of a new experience. I haven't encountered for a long time. And I said, what's with the feelings of fear? What's with the feelings of fear? And I just said, I don't know what the feelings of fear are. And really, like, I suppose a normal reaction to these feelings of fear would be to be run. But one thing I do is I run from nothing. Absolutely nothing. So I said to myself, yeah, grand, I'll accept these feelings. And the universe said the feeling's mutual, And I said, grand, but sure, I can only deal with my end, and I run from nothing. And then throughout the day, the universe tortured me all day. And it did torture me all day, but what could I do? Only respond to them, like, everything, like, from the little one is going to run away, from the little one is going to be, anything can be taken away at a moment's notice, everything else, but tortured my head all day. And I just said to myself, I can't control her either, and I'm not even going to try. You know what I mean? Nobody owns anybody, and to try and impose sanctions on her or try to, you know, like you get these thoughts. I remember like she used to go walking. She used to go walking when she came first. She still goes walking, but she likes her own space, and everybody needs their own space, and you have to give everyone their own space. But she liked to go walking, and the universe used to torture me with all sorts of thoughts as to into relation to what she could possibly be doing or not doing. And I just said to myself, yeah, but I haven't. Why would I cling to such thoughts? And I used to laugh at them and say, why would I cling to such thoughts? I have established absolutely no facts in that regard. You know what I mean, like, and that's the first thing. If before you cling to any of these thoughts, establish the facts. Establish the facts. And I just laughed at these thoughts, and I said, why would I cling to such thoughts? I said, well, either way, I said, I don't care. I'm not going to impose my morality on her. I don't care what she does. Absolutely nobody owns anybody. I don't care what she does. I'm absolutely not going to try and control anybody. And then I said to myself, why would I even cling to such thoughts? I haven't established the facts. And that's really, really important. You have to establish the fucking facts, because sometimes, like, people respond to how they think it is, And even though I keep telling everybody, these thoughts are not yours. What is yours is your response and how you overcome and adapt. But this is an opportunity for you to overcome and adapt. And that's what these thoughts are, is for you to evolve. Not act on them how you think it is. And that's where everybody goes fucking wrong. Acting on how they think it is, even though they're not your thoughts in the first place, our feelings. And then I came home after a day of this shite, rejecting, refuting, and refusing these thoughts. Not that it caused me any stress in the least now, to be honest, but the one thing I have to say is I have my philosophy. And I'm very lucky to have the philosophy in this regard. Well, she possibly doesn't, so I'm sure she's been tortured. Or maybe she's not been tortured at all. Maybe it's all in my, maybe it's just in my, maybe I'm the only one that the universe is laying siege to. Maybe it's just me, like, that the universe is laying siege to, and it's only for me to, practice my philosophy. We're back to, again, hang around with people that could bring out the best in you. And these people bring out the best in me because it gives me an opportunity to practice exactly what I'm fucking preaching and my philosophy. And years of training, you know what I mean? Of training and well, at this point I don't like to call it suffering, but the price of suffering is experience. You know what I mean? But at this stage, it's like anything. Like, if you want to get good at something, you have to be able to subject yourself to it repeatedly. Like, you know, it doesn't matter what you're doing. Like, you know, if you want to be, wherever you're, you know, if you want to, if your talent is to be a runner, if it's to be a golfer, if it's to be a footballer, well, you have to fucking play. Like, or you're never going to be worth a shite. And it's that simple. Like, and it's the same with philosophy. If you don't practice, if you're only regurgitating shit or reading books. But if you don't practice it, I remember I read Moby's book, Moby, Then It All Fell Apart. Now, Moby was an undergraduate in philosophy. He'd already read Kant, he read Hegel, he read them all. Like, it's in the book, like. But the whole book is filled with anxiety and fucking depression and everything else, and relating these feelings and about anxiety and depression. And I said to myself, this man's a philosophy graduate, and he never practiced so much as a fucking word of it. A philosophy graduate suffering from anxiety and depression, and he just never suffered a word from it. He never applied a fucking word of it. And what the fuck is the point? What's the point? That's all grand learning this shit, but it's only mental masturbation if you don't practice it. So then I was having a drink. One of the lads offered me a fag, and the universe was laying siege to my head. Now, this is not like, you know, someone having thoughts. When the universe lays siege to my head, in order for it to have an impact, I'll tell you, it attacks from all sides. And but a tranquil mind, and I keep saying this to everyone, and I said this to the hippies as well, a tranquil mind does not come from avoiding life. A tranquil mind comes from your ability to respond to life. That's where a tranquil mind comes from. Now, I won't say my mind was tranquil, but I wouldn't like it to be tranquil. Otherwise, it'd be fucking bored. Nothing would be more boring than a utopia. And this for me, just provides contrast. It just provides contrast. It's just life. It's just me, everyday me, rejecting, refusing, and refuting my thoughts. Because everything gets a response. Or I let them flow through. But most things get a response. I'd say to myself, Well, sure, I don't know why you're laying siege to my head in this regard. And then it said to me, like, why is it laying head to my siege to this regard? Empathy, empathy, empathy. So you can understand how other people feel, how you can understand their feelings. Empathy, empathy. And if I didn't suffer this siege, then I couldn't understand how other people feel or how other people might respond to the same feelings and thoughts, because you're going to get them, like, you're going to get them. This is life. And this is where the philosophy comes in. It's all about how you respond to these thoughts. But it started to lay siege to my head about fucking more or less, like, being kicked into touch and leaving or being taken away or whatever it is. And again, like, I just said, well, I'll accept this with equanimity if it comes. It's the very same as my debt. As I said to myself, well, it started giving me all sorts of expectations yesterday. Like, it started giving me all sorts of expectations for the future, all sorts of expectations, more or less, running this holding hands and running through the field shite, I call it, this fucking, what I mean. Possibilities and probabilities, hypotheses. But I used to say, that means nothing to me, that means nothing to me. Because there's no point clinging to this shit, because nothing will destroy you more than clinging to these ideas of the future, and next thing it's all taken away. And that's the only thing that will be taken away, really, is these ideas and these projections to the future, And as I kept saying, she's here now, And it's the very same as... I responded to it the very same as my debt. I remember at one point I was going to die because I had a number of ailments, a number of medical conditions. And the universe said to me, you used to say to me every now and again, you're going to die. And I said, right, all right, grand. I've accepted this. I'm going to die. Now we might as well tear the arse over and live for all immortal. And this is the beginning. This was the beginning of this whole journey. The fact that I accepted I'm going to die. Now I had a choice in this acceptance that I'm going to die. I can roll up on the couch, smoke joints, and lick my balls till I'm dead, or I can get up off the couch and go and live and tear the arse over it. And live for all immortal. Which is the choice I made. I just said, get up off the fucking chair, tear the arse over it, and live for all immortal. Because I'm here now. And I'm not going to start suffering and worrying about fucking something that's in the future that's going to inhibit my life and cause me to fucking just ruin what's left of life, or ruin anything for that matter, ruin any relations you have with anybody else or anything else. No, why should I let such thoughts ruin such a thing? The fact of the matter is, she's here now, I'm here now, and you just enjoy now. Do you know what I mean? Without fucking ruining it with expectations and ideas and trying to control life, trying to make it what you would like it to be, what you think. It doesn't matter. The universe keeps saying to me, it doesn't matter what you like. It doesn't matter what you like. But right now, I'll tell you now, life is good. Experience is good. The hostel's going well. It's a crazy place. I'm enjoying everybody's company. Parties are good. Life is good. So there's no point in fucking ruining what I have now with any ideas of what could happen, or you just have to deal with it as it unfolds. The beautiful as life unfolds itself in a beautiful entropy. You know what I mean? Moment by moment. Day by day. Good morning.